If Elon Musk isn't already working on this, I would be very surprised. But let's talk about a crazy idea for Tesla, crazy idea for Elon Musk. But when you go over the facts and the details, it starts to not become so far-fetched. Let's talk about it. This actually was a subject in the last live stream that we did, and we kind of came to this realization together, in the live stream. So if you'd like to take part in those, I kind of do them randomly. So click the red subscribe, totally free to subscribe. Click the red subscribe and the bell afterwards, and then all notifications after clicking the bell, and you'll be notified whenever we go live on the channel. But I wanted to make a specific video on this subject. If you agree with me, please smash the like button and help this video reach out to more people. Really does help with the YouTube algorithm. So just to get to the point, I think Tesla is working on a Bitcoin mining farm. Okay, Rob, okay, put your tinfoil hat on now. Let's really go into detail though here. Is it that crazy to think, go back a month from now. Go back a month from now and talk to anybody in finance a month from today, before go into the past, go back a month and say, hey, do you think Tesla would ever buy a $1.5 billion position in Bitcoin, publicly, like actually disclose it and everything? Do you think they'd do that? They'd laugh at you. I would be willing to wager. I think that more than 50% of people would probably laugh at the idea that Tesla was going to buy 1.5 billion in Bitcoin. So before you think that this idea is super far-fetched, it's kind of crazy what they already did. I don't know if that had Michael Saylor that had come over to Tesla and convince Elon Musk and the executives over there to make that decision. But at the end of the day, they put 10% of their treasury roughly in Bitcoin. And as far as I know, they haven't sold that position. And in addition to that, they're talking about accepting Bitcoin for payments on their cars. So what is the biggest problem with Bitcoin? The biggest problem with Bitcoin, and what's always talked about, is the energy consumption. Oh, the carbon footprint of Bitcoin, it consumes so much energy, it doesn't make any sense. It just takes so much energy to make these Bitcoins and all these mining operations and all this. I believe that the actual stats is there's more than 50% of the electricity that makes Bitcoin currently is already renewable, because they want that. People that are mining Bitcoin want it to be off the grid, and they want it to be cost effective. So they're already using solar panels. They're already trying to use renewables. And from the statistics that I've heard, more than 50% of Bitcoins mined and all of the electric consumption around cryptocurrency, more than 50% of it already is renewable energy. But that's still one of the biggest problems. And I'm sure everybody has heard that Bitcoin consumes a lot of energy and it's a problem. Who is the guy that created PayPal again, and was part of the whole PayPal scene? Wasn't this the guy, Elon Musk? I think he was the one that created PayPal, right? He created Zip2, took all the money from Zip2 and created X.com, which then did a merger and created PayPal. And they had this one little thing called the email payment section, and turns out eBay valued it at 1.5 billion. Like, whoa, we'll sell it, fine. But for this individual to say that, oh, we were just giving away the email part of it, and Elon Musk has gone on record saying this, by the way, where he said, I think PayPal's not finished yet. It was just a little email thing that we figured out how to send people money through emails, and they really liked it a lot, and we sold it for 1.5 billion. What else were you working on, Elon? Exactly. All the way back then. That's what I want to know. What was the original PayPal team, Peter Thiel and all of your friends? What were you guys working on? I'm curious, with the PayPal mafia, what were you guys working on? If the email payment thing was just one little small aspect of it, and you've gone on record saying that, Elon, what else were you working on there? Because I got a feeling there's a lot more in play. And I have a feeling that Michael Saylor didn't teach you anything. I just have a weird feeling about that. But let's go into more detail on how a possible solar farm goes. So he takes his 300 million that he made, his portion out of the 1.5 billion that they sold PayPal to eBay, takes that money and then creates Tesla, SpaceX, and everything he's working on today from the funds that initially was his nest egg from PayPal. Zip2, PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, all the things that he's doing today. Tesla happens to solve the biggest problems that's being faced by Bitcoin right now. Who happens to have the best solar panels? Tesla. Who happens to have the factories that produce all these solar panels and everything? Tesla. And the batteries. Who has the biggest battery factory in the entire world? Oh, Tesla. So you mean to tell me they could store energy from the grid at cheap rates into battery packs, in addition to, if they wanted to, make a factory completely self-reliant and zero consumption off the grid? Yeah, Tesla could definitely do that. So you mean to tell me they have the solar panels, the battery packs, and they just bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin? Oh, and Elon Musk actually was the founder of PayPal. Well, X.com was his initial idea. What was X.com exactly, Elon? Because it sure wasn't just email payments. There was a lot more going on at X.com. What was the ultimate vision that you had, Elon? Are you just joking around with the Dogecoin thing and joking around, pretending like you don't know everything that you know about crypto? We got a certified super genius playing around like he doesn't understand everything about online finance. He could put on a seminar about blockchain. I got just a weird hunch about that. All of these things, when you go through it, they start aligning to make you realize, wait a minute. It's actually not a far-fetched idea that they would produce their own banks. Tesla could literally make, with all of this, and they have $15 billion of expendable money in their treasury, just liquid cash, trying to find something to do with it. And they could literally, I wouldn't even be selling solar panels to the public if I was Tesla right now. If I was in Elon Musk's shoes, I would have been working on this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I would be making individual gigafactories that were literally Bitcoin mining farms, completely off the grid. Nevada, Texas. Anybody else see this? They have everything necessary. They could have their own Bitcoin mining farms. They'd be literal mini banks. They could build them from scratch. I would be making gigafactories specifically for mining Bitcoin right now. At least a few of them. I mean, could you imagine how great of news that would be for the stock? Yeah, we had an extra, 10 billion, and rather than buy the Bitcoin, we decided to actually make a Bitcoin mining farm. Brilliant. Brilliant. Sounds crazy. Sounds like it could never happen. Could never happen. I said happened like it already did happen. It's possible, but we haven't gotten any news of it yet. Something tells me that Elon Musk is either going to buy more Bitcoin because he's competitive and probably wants to have more than Michael Saylor, just to say, oh, you have 4.5 billion? Well, we have 5 billion. Ha ha ha. But I really think it would be foolish to not make a Bitcoin mining operation. You have all of the resources you need. Everything. You've already talked about how the Gigafactory is going to be completely self-reliant and be off the grid and not use any energy from the grid. Well, why not do that with Bitcoin mining operations? Literally just build them from scratch. It would be brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Solar panels, battery packs, mining operations. You already have all the software, guys. You have unlimited amounts of resources, and you like Bitcoin now. Crazy idea. Completely wild. A lot of people might think I'm crazy, but that's fine. I wanted to put this out there. We talked about this in the last live stream, and I wanted to make its own individual video. I genuinely think it would be foolish for Tesla not to at least make one or two of these and just see how it goes. With everything going on with Bitcoin, what better way than to actually make your own mining operations? And in addition to that, why doesn't Elon Musk buy mining operations for lithium, mining operations for silver, mining operations for all the materials that he needs, for cobalt? Why don't you just get into mining, Elon? And are you already doing this? That's the thing. We might be talking about things that Elon Musk is already doing. But in general, I think that buying Bitcoin is the same as like buying your materials. Like we've been talking about, you should be buying silver. Maybe he already is. You should be buying cobalt, should be buying lithium. Buy up all the materials that you need, all the aluminum to make up all your cars. Spend that expendable money that you have in your treasury on materials, but even better, mine these materials yourself. Own the mines yourself. Talk about a brilliant business decision. So not only mine your silver, not only mine your cobalt, not only mine your lithium, also mine your money, mine your Bitcoin. And could you imagine they're accepting Bitcoin as payment for the cars, and in addition to that, they're a bank that's creating Bitcoin out of thin air, that are actually mining it themselves. Like, that would be the most brilliant thing. If you can make a self-driving car, Elon, you can make these super advanced. I've seen Monroe and Associates tear down of the Model 3 and tear down of your parts, and shows how advanced your chips are for these cars. It would be a piece of cake for you to make the most efficient mining farm in the world. It'd be a piece of cake for you, Elon. And are you already working on this? Have you been working on this for a while? Are you Satoshi? All right. I'm going too far with this. Thank you all so much for being part of my channel. I really, really love making these videos, and all the support I've gotten from this community has just been overwhelming. So thank you so much for everything, and getting me on other people's shows, and going out of your way to just help promote the page. Thank you. See you all at the next video. Signing out.